My name is Prince. Call me Fresh Prince. This video is for general art students. If you did or are doing general arts, log in. I'm about to put you on. If you didn't, then you can share this video with someone who did. I'm going to talk about your program options at the university, their requirements, as well as share some naughty little secrets about them today. It took me a while to decide on how I wanted to do this, and I finally decided on doing it based on the requirements. So you will notice that the list proceeds from programs with more general requirements to programs with more specific requirements. What that means is that some programs may appear more competitive to you than others, depending on where you are looking at them from. So you would want to watch this video to the end to be able to make your final choices. For every program I am going to talk about today in this video, there are at least 3 core subjects that you should have written and passed in your WAEC in order to qualify to compete for these programs. They include core mathematics, integrated science, and English language. And you may or may not require to have passed social studies too. This is general to every program in the university. So what that means is your program options are going to depend on your electives, and those are what I'm going to talk about in this video. So your aggregates to compete for the programs will be formed from the core subjects and the electives peculiar to that particular program, the electives required to compete for that particular program. So you should have written and passed those electives in order to compete for that particular program.
Nobody can seize our fundamental human rights.
These are the available program options to you as a general art student and their requirements. One thing you should know is there may be slight changes in program availability and their variations from university to university. So depending on whichever university you're applying to, you'd want to find out about their variation. The programs I'm going to mention have prefixes as either Bachelor of Science or Bachelor in Arts, but I'm going to ignore that for the sake of this video and just mention the names of the programs. And most of them are 4-year programs, but where they are not, I will let you know and let you know the number of years it takes to complete these programs. You have packaging technology, publishing studies, textile design, fashion design, ceramics, media and communication studies, sociology, social work, hospitality and tourism, business administration, and law. These programs are free for you to compete with any 3 of your best electives. So your best 3 electives will be picked to form your aggregates to compete for these programs. You should note that there are variations in business administration. Depending on the school you are applying to, there are several variations. There are variations in logistics and supply chain management, insurance, maybe finance, accounting, banking, depending on whatever you're interested in and the school you're applying to. There may be variations for you to pick from, and you may be required to apply for specific variations, but these are what this is a general requirement. You can apply to them with any of your best electives. Law is a 4-year program, but you can apply to law if you have a degree in any field. If you have a first degree from any field and then you meet certain requirements, you can apply to law to undertake the program for 3 years. You should also note that when you are considered for admission into law school, you will need to pass an entrance exam or an interview in order to secure a spot in the school. Fine arts and curatorial practice. You need GKA and any other 2 of your best electives. Geography and rural development. You need geography and any other 2 of your best electives. English. You need English literature and any other 2 of your best electives. French. You need French and any other 2 of your best electives. Akan language and culture. You need Akan and any other 2 of your best electives. History. You need history and any other 2 of your best electives. Political studies. You need government and any other 2 of your best electives. And you should also have passed social studies to be able to compete for political studies. Religious studies. You need Christian religious studies or Islamic religious studies and any other 2 of your best electives. For this group of programs I'm about to mention, You need elective maths and any other two of your best electives to compete for them. So as a general art student, you should have passed elective maths in order to compete for these three programs I'm about to mention. Economics, actuarial science, and statistics. You need to have written and passed elective maths in order to compete. There are Bachelor in Education and Bachelor in Arts programs available to you too, but they depend on your variation. Depending on the variation you want to pursue, you will need either geography or econs or mathematics, or depending on whatever variation you want to pursue. So you would want to find out which variation you want to pursue, you would like to pursue, and the requirements. But they are normally related to the variation you want to pursue, and they are from your normal electives. So you can find that out too. You have information technology and family and child studies as options to you too. For information and technology, you need to have passed ICT, and for family and child studies, you need to have passed management in living. For the next six programs I am coming to mention, you need to have written and passed economics, geography, and elective mathematics as a general art student in order to compete for these programs. We have architecture, agribusiness management, construction technology and management, quantity surveying and construction economics, which is also known as building technology, landscape design and management, and land economy. For quantity surveying, you need to have technical drawing. I mean, if you have technical drawing as part of your electives, it's a big advantage to you. It may or may not be required. And for landscape design and management, you need to also have GKA as part of your electives. If you have GKA, what that means is if you have GKA, it's an advantage to you. You become highly competitive for the program. And land economy, for land economy, you actually need econs and geography and anything related to land economy. So you could have GKA or technical drawing, and you could be highly competitive for this program. Nursing and midwifery. Not every university allows general art students to compete for a slot in nursing and midwifery programs, or even admit general art students into nursing and midwifery programs. I know for a fact that as at the time of this video, K University does not admit general art students into nursing and midwifery programs, but the University of Ghana has a stream for general art students in nursing and midwifery. So before you apply to the nursing and midwifery program in any university, you should make sure that the university accepts general art students into their nursing and midwifery program. Otherwise, you would just be wasting your time. We have real estate. Real estate is a highly competitive program in the university, and econs is required for this program and any other two of your electives except literature and history. What that means is you need econs to be able to compete for real estate, but then you cannot compete with literature and history as your two other electives. So you need econs and any other two electives apart from literature and history. We also have integrated rural arts and industry. You can compete with any three of your best electives except government. You cannot compete with government as part of your electives for integrated rural arts and industry. So we have development planning and human settlement planning. For these two programs, there is a slight technicality. You need geography in order to compete for these two programs, but there are two groups of programs that you can select your two electives from. And you can only select two electives from group A, and you can select one from group A and one from group B, but you cannot select the two other electives in addition to geography from group B. That is the only limitation, that you cannot select your two other electives in addition to geography from group B. Okay, so I have listed the two groups on the screen and you can look at them. Finally, you have linguistics as an option for you to pursue in the university. As you can see on the screen, there are two groups that I have listed on the screen. There is also a slight technicality with linguistics, and you have to listen up. So for linguistics, right, you can select your three electives from group A to compete with this for this program, and you can select two electives from Group A and 1 from Group B to compete for linguistics. And you can select 1 from Group A and 2 from Group B to compete for linguistics. What you cannot do is to select all 3 of your electives to compete from Group B. I hope this video has put you a step closer to your final choices.